What's going on, Scorpio? And welcome to my channel, Alchemist. Justin here, and I hope you're having an exceptional week so far. I've been feeling like high energy here lately, Scorpio. And for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really is just fantastic, Scorpio. And it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy how yourself has brought you here. We're in for an amazing journey. Because it's General Energy Weekly Spread. Yeah, something like that, Scorpio. But with this weekly spread, whenever you happen to come across this video, there may be some messages in here for you. And just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one. So take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me, and never force a reading conversation, okay? I'm gonna fix my necklace, Scorpio. So with all that being said there, let's jump into it. Your space has been cleansed. Crystals. Feeling lovely. Just wonderful energy all around here, Scorpio. Now, I'm going to pull a few oracle cards from this deck here, and then we will get some details with the tarot. But before we jump into the thing, Scorpio, these readings that I do, they're not gender-specific readings, so apply these energies to people as they make sense for your situations, okay? And in case if y'all were curious, the decks that I'm working with, I've included links for them down in the description box below, so definitely check that out if you're interested. Ooh, interesting, Scorpio. But also down below are some links for some other readers that I like watching, so definitely check them out. Very great insights that they bring about, and one of them happens to be a Scorpio there, Scorpio, so that's exciting. Thank you. But also there's a link for an astrologer down there. I'm actually thinking about including another person. I just received a download a couple of days ago, and just the other day, and it's to kind of change the game up a little bit there, Scorpio. I've been digging it. And then I got some other resources for some maps, and I'm thinking about putting some books down there as well for you to check out, Scorpio. So that description box is just lit as always. But let's talk about your first card here, Scorpio. Because you got the risk card here. And I like that this energy is happening at a crossroads here, Scorpio, because I was just reading something where they said like a crossroads is where the spiritual and the material realms meet together, because it's like literally like, which way do I go next, and I feel like it's, do we go down the path that we familiar with, or do we hang a left, or do we hang a right, do we take a risk and kind of deviate from this plan there, just. And I feel too, it's because sometimes I feel like when we take these risks, let's say we decide to go straight, I feel sometimes whenever we meet that first challenge, after we make that decision, we get sometimes into that regret energy. Oh, I should have went this way, or I should have went that way. And I feel we want to be mindful of that, because you went the way that intuitively that you felt was the right way. You are being divinely guided, and the things that happen along with the choices that you make, sure, they all have consequences, whether you went left, right, or straight. There's no perfect way to go about this journey, but I feel like it is one that is to not let that risk make you scared or make you cautious when it comes to making that decision. I feel like the bigger the risk, the bigger the return, in a sense there, Scorpio. And I feel too, just with one of your rulers, Mars, being in Sagittarius until like the 4th of January, Sagittarius is a sign that takes risks. They go on an adventure, anything that can lead to that energy of expansion, in a sense. And because I feel like too, with Pluto having been your other ruler, been in Capricorn since like 2008, you've been in a really kind of building up type of energy, real sort of like thinking towards the future, in a sense. And now we're getting into this innovative future thinking type of energy here. There are going to be more risk and more challenges in order to take, but again, I feel like there's rewards with these energies with these decisions that you make here. So, but let me get some tarot on this, Scorpio, and get some details with this. And again, Scorpio, I feel like this is like we want to make sure we're taking like a calculated risk as well. Like it's not. I feel like energies that we're just, just being just sort of random with. It's more so. But let me get the rest of your cards here before I get into that. Grab this card here. Interesting. Alright, so you have the Hierophant, Taurus, your opposite sign, Saturn, the universe or the world card here, the Ten of Wands, the Princess of Disc, which is the princesses or pages in this deck, and then the Queen of Cups here, Scorpio. And let's talk about the Hierophant with your opposite sign, because I feel, when we think about like oppositions, how Taurus is forming oppositions with your sign, with both Jupiter and Uranus being in that sign. Oppositions are energies that situations or people that force us to make decisions in a sense. To make a difficult choice, and I feel it's with this energy. The Hierophant is very intuitive energy that it's like again trusting in your gut in a sense to really just trusting your intuition there, Scorpio, not in a sense, just trusting your intuition that is going to get you to this finish line here with the universe being here, because this is the completion of a cycle, and I feel like it's being patient too with this journey as far as like where this is going to lead you, because I feel this is an opportunity here for some great growth with the Princess of Disc, because I like this Princess of Disc. She's just like pregnant with all these energies here, and she's channeling this energy through this scepter and is feeding this energy into this grove in order to blossom into this energy of abundance in a sense. And I feel for some though that with the Ten of Wands, this can be a card of things kind of weighing you down in a sense, but I feel like that there's a need to kind of take on this burden in a sense, a need to kind of add some coals to the fire in a sense there, Scorpio, to really get you motivated to take some sort of risk here, to take a chance. And I feel be mindful with the Queen of Cups, because the Queen of Cups in this deck, she's impressionable to the energies that are around her. And the Queen of Cups just in general, water energy is one that absorbs, does absorb that energy that is around them. And I feel be mindful of that sort of energies that suppress you or oppress you in a sense, like that fear type of mentality from trying something new to taking a risk there, because I feel like it's again the opportunity for some sort of abundance to come in here with the Princess of Disc in a sense. But and just a little sidebar here, Scorpio. Take this as it resonates, but considering that you got the Princess of Cups, she's usually, the Queen of Cups, she can be a motherly type of figure there. The Princess of Disc, she's very pregnant here. You got these risks. If we're not looking for babies, let's just be mindful of that. just a little sidebar there, Scorpio, because that definitely would change the trajectory of your journey. But the Queen of Cups is one that she is a very intuitive card as well. She goes with what she feels. And sometimes this risk, with like how we were talking about that crossroads where that spiritual meets the material, and that's like the Hierophant. He's a bridge between the material and the spiritual realm here. So this is you acting as a conduit, listening to where your spirit guides, where the universe is trying to guide you, and taking on those challenges there, not to restrict your growth. I like this. We talk about your ruler being in Sagittarius, Mars. This card is Saturn in Sagittarius, and Saturn does tend to restrict and have this discipline, but I feel like this can reap a lot of rewards here, Saturn, since we're talking about that. But I think I'm going to leave that there, Scorpio. So just something to think about with this energy. But let's get another oracle on this. Oh, look at you. Alright, Scorpio, so you have the wind fairy here. That's funny because Aries got the fire fairy. How fascinating! But I, with this energy here, this is a card of thoughts, words, and intellectual analysis. And one, I feel, and I usually tell the air signs this, it's just being mindful that your thoughts do become things there, Scorpio. So we want to be mindful of that. But I do feel that there's this energy here of just kind of going back to these risks. I feel there is this energy, of course, thinking about weighing out our options here, thinking as far as like what actions do we need to take, the pros and cons of taking a certain risk. But I do feel being mindful of overthinking with that. It's this fusion that's needing to happen with this risk of this water and this air type of energy, making sure the brain and the heart are on the same page here. And I even feel too here, Scorpio, just if there are certain things that are preventing you from making a move, because this gives me very kind of like a two of swords type of energy where we're getting into this indecisiveness in a sense. There's this, maybe there are certain thoughts that are keeping us from moving in a sense. Like maybe there's this, and that's where kind of this Ten of Wands is kind of coming in, where something is kind of weighing us down, whether this be some perspectives of others possibly, or maybe these are the words that we're telling ourselves. Like just paying attention to where, like, it's like a two of swords, like a five of swords, even energy type of here. Just something, I feel like it's like our head that's getting in the way of taking some sort of action. But let me get some tarot on this and get some details. And this might be something too we've been thinking about taking a risk for a while, but it's just like that sense of security. Even when we think about Taurus energy, the Hierophant, if it doesn't have that, how appropriate. But yeah, maybe there's something here with this sense of security that's keeping us from making a move there. But now I like that your first card there with that is Gemini, the lovers there, because it's a card of choice and a card of, and there's I love when Spirit does that. Oh, there's Scorpio. Thank you. Because there's that Five of Swords. You got a lot of swords here, Scorpio, because you have the Five of Swords, the Seven of Swords, the Knight of Swords, the Prince of Wands, and then the Lovers here, Gemini energy. And the King of Swords for me, which is the Knight of Swords in this deck, the Knight or Kings. This is very much Gemini energy for me too. And Gemini energy is that thinking type of energy, that intellectual mind, the quick processing energy of Mercury. And I feel there is something here that's keeping us defeated in a sense. Like maybe we're expecting, we're not taking these risks because we might think that we might fail in a sense, or there's this sense of futility that, like, what's the purpose? Why does this matter? Why can't I just stay, not necessarily stay in the stagnant choice, but just like take something to kind of, it's like we're doing these things to not have to put any pressure on ourselves to make a decision with the lovers here. But I feel we want to be careful of that too, because then I feel like we're relinquishing our autonomy or our stuff to other energies here, as far as like making choices for us. Or it just even seems too like the Seven of Swords can be this sort of deceptive type of energy there, Scorpion. You see how, like, you got these six swords that are surrounding you here, and I feel like you're this main sword, and it's like these thoughts that may be kind of chipping at you here. And when I talk about like the Prince of Wands, he's the only prince, because these are the knights in this deck. The Prince of Wands is the only prince in this deck that has his eyes open. And I feel like it's really kind of seeing a situation for what it really is, and allowing yourself to, because I feel like we can think about something, but we won't necessarily have all of the answers. you know, at some point we have to just take this risk with the Knight of Swords, go for this thing, and then learn along the way there. You know, in order to get this wisdom with the the Knight of Swords, there's this action, this experience that needs to be taken. But if we're just staying stagnant, we're not experiencing life. The air gets stale, your water gets stale, just everything it slows down there, Scorpio. So yeah, be mindful of any sort of defeatist type of energies, whether this be yourself or this might be some others that are around you here that are just putting you in this vibration again. Because we're talking Queen of Cups, she takes on a lot of energies that are around there, and you're a powerful empath, Scorpio. And I feel like you even feel on a very you take even the superficial stuff that people might be even thinking about or putting out there, and then take it to that next level, even potentially, or like overthinking it to, you know, real kind of detriment there. So you know, you got a lot of fast moving energy with this Prince of Wands, Knight of Swords. So I feel like it's, you know, taking this action and seeing how these risks can be, you know, worth it in the long run, and you know what you learn from taking these risks, because we're gonna make mistakes along the way there, Scorpio. But that's the exciting part of life. You know, it's yeah, it's, and you know, it gets into that place where, you know, where even after we make a decision, it's like, man, I should have went left instead of going straight. Hindsight is 2020. You learn not to doubt that intuition next go around. You know, it's funny how that stuff kind of comes full circle there, but I like that. And even too, the Lovers for me is like connect your higher self, kind of winking at you, connecting with Source. So just something to think about there, Scorpio. Now let's get your last oracle card here. Alright, Scorpio, last little bit here. Interesting. Alright, Scorpio. So you have the Serpent card here, which is a card of knowledge and healing. And yeah, the energy that's coming through with that, Scorpio, the download that I got with that is just like, you can't heal what you don't know. You know? And I think that I feel like it's going back to that experience that I was talking about with the Knight of Swords, that we can think about how a certain thing can go, like go 100 different ways, but we won't truly know until we take that intuitive leap, you know, trust in the universe and see where that energy takes you. And then it's that pursuit of knowledge, that energy of learning what's learning down these paths, getting the lessons that we need to Saturn here, you know, because there are going to be challenges and things, and then healing and processing that and turning that into wisdom. It's a cycle there. We go through this stuff, and then at the end, this like the snake is like shedding its skin, and that's not a comfortable process. You know, they gotta, sometimes there's some things that get stuck along the way. They have to rub against trees and different things in order to get some of the residual effects of these decisions and experiences that the serpent has taken. But the serpent is one that is of knowledge, and that's even kind of getting into the sort of like this kundalini energy in a sense, like this, I don't know, Scorpio, it's I'm thinking of this other card in this deck, the Anatomy of a Witch Oracle deck, and the serpent deals with that sort of like wild intuitive magic, you know, really kind of learning this deeper sort of like ancient, the part of you that never forgets the magic inside this of you know, that's in you there, Scorpio. So, and yours is a sign like a very, you have a very regenerative energy, being one of transformation and things. But let's get your last pair of cards here and see what else is going on. Oh, is that hubby I see? Interesting. Okay. Nice, Scorpio. Thank you. Let's see. Ha! Love. I say I told you I love when Spirit does that. We were talking about that. This combination, two of swords, five of swords energy there. You're being divinely guided there, Scorpio. And also you got to Hmm. So you have the. Let me tell you what's going on. You have the Two of Cups. I love this. The Knight of Cups. The Ten of Cups. The Two of Swords. And then the Eight of Wands here, Scorpio. And let's switch back over. I like the Scorpio because I feel with this energy that there are going to be some points on this journey where you're not going to be sure where to go. You could think about it every which way, but I feel it's, and I like that you got both the twos here because the twos are cards of choices, and I love that you got the water and the air part of that because I feel like it's getting that head and that heart in alignment there. And too, I like how you got the King and Queen of Cups because it's this, because the knights, the kings, they're that wisdom, and the queens are that energy of learning, of experiencing the stuff, and yeah, and just like processing this energy in order to get to this sense of wisdom. And I feel like how we're not going to get to the sense of fulfillment unless we get these energies moving with with this Eight of Wands here. And I feel that it's like pay attention to these messages as far as like maybe these invisible tugs or these sort of like these hunches and things that are trying to get you, just trying to get your vibration on the path that can help things kind of move along a lot faster here, Scorpio, because the Eight of Wands kind of reminds me of trine energy where like obstacles are being removed out of your way and it's just full steam ahead there, but and just one kind of more thing with this Ten of Cups here. I feel like it's a knowing that we're never really going to get full on this journey. That there's like, well, of course we'll find fulfillment, but there's always going to be an opportunity to fill our cups in the sense of new this energy. I like this energy of constant this of learning and evolving and shedding through this thing, going through this discomfort in order to grow and to expand our ways of thinking, even with this intellectual now, or that wind fairy, analyzing things from a different type of perspective, seeing these messages in a new way. And I do even feel so too with like that Two of Cups, Queen of Cups type of energy, because that is very nurturing, healing type of self-care energy. And considering you got that Serpent too, just again kind of making sure to process what you've gone through, and how this has applied to you, and what ways has this changed you, and where do we feel that the energies will lead us from that point going forward there. And I feel too it's having the strength to meet these challenges head on again, because this Knight of Cups, he's got this crab that he's representing here that represents the power of the ocean. And in the peacock here represents the beauty of the ocean. I feel like it's the beauty that we can find in this world from having this power, taking this initiative to grow and to get out there and try different things there, Scorpio. Take risk and see what the universe has in store for you. But I think I'm going to leave that there. A little something to think about, but if you like that, Scorpio, if anything resonated with you, give it a thumbs up. And share this, Scorpio, if you know someone who, I don't know, just like maybe just kind of caught at a crossroads there, just kind of overthinking some things, maybe just sort of even seeing maybe things from like a narrow scope there, and just needing to get out there and just broaden their horizons. Because again, you're in that, Scorpio, you're in that energy partway with Mars being in Sagittarius for a little while longer. So just a little something to think about. And then subscribe there, you Hyro fan. Hit that bell button to get notified when I release videos each week. And then last little bit there, Scorpio, if you have any Cancer in your placement, you got the lovely Queen of Cups there. That's Cancer for me. But yeah, if you got any Cancer in your placement, Sun, Moon, Rising, I'm on over to the Chariot and Friends. I do videos Monday through Friday there. We discuss lunar shenanigans, and it's a good old time. And all that housekeeping is down in the description box below. But let me get you surprise cards here, Scorpio. Ha! So I can get you out of here. Look at you, one of your cards, the Sun and Scorpio. You got the Six of Cups here. And I feel with the Six of Cups here, Scorpio, that it's like this stagnant energy that's, because I feel for some we may be kind of thinking about some past things where we've made decisions and we took a risk and maybe it didn't quite pan out how we thought it would. And I feel that's kind of leading to maybe for some this apprehension as far as like taking a risk per se, and where I do get, you know, when we do have past failures and things, that is, I feel like that is a mean to be mindful and to be cautious, but it's just like, what did, instead of operating from this place of fear, it's this analyzing in the sense of like, okay, like not removing the emotions, but like applying them more, applying them differently. It's like King of, and I like that you got the Knight and the, I'm just kind of realizing that too, the Knight of Cups and Swords, or the King of Cups and Swords. It's like, taking a moment, King of Swords, processing what went wrong. You know, how could we, you know, how do we, you know, what caused this sort of like this setback or something like that, Scorpio. And then getting into that more intuitive space. It's like, okay, now to not feel like this, I want to go to where my heart's going, but you know, I want to be discerning about it. It's just, again, it's this weird, or not weird, but it's this balance. I feel like that's happening again. And instead of letting things from the past get you where it's stagnating you, where it's crippling you in a sense, it's getting you to where we can grow and act, you know, move more intuitively and more wise there, Scorpio. But let's get some, let me get you the Oracle card here so I can get you out of here. I think that, Scorpio. You got the card of leadership here, and I feel that this is you being, you know, being the, you know, taking leadership of these challenges here, of taking these risks and seeing what happens. You know, like, and I feel like a leader, you know, because you can't know it all there, Scorpio. You know, it's again, you won't know it until you've experienced this and that you grow from this. And there are going to be times where I feel like even leaders don't know what to do, but it's just like, you at that point you journey within, and you just go with what your gut is telling you, and then you kind of figure this out as you go. You be adaptable in all of this and be willing to be kind of flexible, even just thinking about that snake energy. But I do feel like this is one, like, just as you get to experience things, it'll all just kind of come together and just solidify, like, very nicely here, Scorpio. We can take the lessons that we've gotten and to apply them more constructively, if that makes sense. So I think I'm going to leave that there, Scorpio. A little something to think about, but you stay safe out there with these risks and things. You know, again, calculated risk, but I feel like don't let that stop away from being brave, you know, stepping out of your comfort zone. And you raise the vibration through the roof. You know, do some healing as you're going through this stuff. You know, process these energies, especially when you have setbacks. Be present in that. Pay attention to how that does make you feel, and then go forward. It's just like, okay, this is what I learned from that. Bet I'm going to do better this go around. And I will catch you on the next one. Later.